Right, today we're taking a look at the Draper Expert half-inch drive wobble extension bars.
Okay, so today we'll be taking a look at the Draper Expert half-inch drive wobble extension bar set in a 4-piece. See, it's quite a big item. The one is very long indeed. So we can just take a look at the stock number for these. It is 19799. Okay. Let me slide this out. Just leave us with the pieces. We take a look at this small piece first. Again, you can see the Draper Expert on there, some knurling, and the wobble part. Chrome vanadium. See the wobble part, I think it's like a Wobble Plus there type connection. Got your indents inside there. So we'll just test that on this half-inch. Having trouble getting that there you go. So you got your rigid. If you just back it off, there you go. You've got your play from the wobble. There we go. Push it down, it's rigid. But as usual, you've only got that much area. You know, on the four sides, so it's not going to be as strong as a full rigid extension. Now, like I've said before about the 75mm extensions on some extension sets and being virtually useless. This is obviously smaller, but what this might be good for is doubling up. So you want to double up. What you do there by doubling up is you've got your wobble angle there, you've got your angle there, but you've also got an angle there. So what it does is when you put that to your ratchet, you've got your angle already there, and you add your socket. You can just pull that back out to the wobble part. There we go. So you've doubled your angle. So you've got your angle there at the top, and then you've got your angle there again at the bottom. So you've got your angle there, and then your angle there as well. I mean, this Allura socket probably isn't the best. I think I'll fetch another socket. This Allura socket, old Allura socket, doesn't have any indents in there. It's a good quality Allura socket, but it doesn't have any indents, which obviously works better with wobble bars. Yes, okay. the indent an addition to your set that way, because they don't you know, when you need to get to somewhere with that with the wobble, you know, it's going to have some distance for it basically most of the time. It's highly unlikely that you're going to need to get to a slightly angled nut or bolt that's, you know, that shallow or that deep, you know, off that. So it's going to be very rare that you'll use that for that, but that will come in useful, like we just showed, to increase the angle even further. So if we take a look at the one that we we're just using, you can see again you've got your detents or your indents inside the female end of the drive. You got your knurl again as per usual, your chrome vanadium, your Draper Expert on there, and your two-part extension, your wobble head, and your rigid part that you push down onto. We'll go over the sizes of them all in a minute. So again, the bigger version with the knurling. Indents again, I will go over that because sometimes you have one that won't have indents in it, and some that do in some sets. So we'll go over them. So far, they've all got the indents or detents inside the female end. They're all the same chrome vanadium Draper Expert stamped. Your heads are all the same on this one. I mean, the 1/4 inch ones that I bought, one of them was just wobble, and the rest were wobble and rigid, but the one of them was just a plain wobble. So I've got to check that out on all of these, but they do all seem to be both. So you've got on your big one, you've got your rigid part and your wobble part at the top. So they're all two-way extensions, if you want to call them that, or two mode extensions, if you want to call it that, I suppose. And you've got your detents again in there, or your indents, if you like to call them that, in the female part, and your knurling. They're all obviously stamped exactly the same on there. So if we take a look at the back of the sheet, you've got a length of 50, 125, 250 and 500 millimeters. So they're manufactured from chrome vanadium, hardened and tempered and chrome plated. The heads are designed with a 15-degree offset to allow the bars to be used on fixings in confined spaces. So again, with that little one like we just showed, you could double up and increase that 15-degree angle offset even more if you need to. That's a little tip, a little trick there. But that's the I don't know if we can get these. They're that big. I don't know if you can get them fully in shot, to be honest. Can we get them fully in shot? Probably not. That's as far as we can get them. So it's still too big, but yeah, that's about the size of it. A real big one there. the Draper Expert 4-piece half-inch wobble bar extension kit.